Here we got nuts and bolts and Packard, and here's Harlan still cleaning nuts and bolts. And
right.
sitting here running them through the agitator and acid and 3-4 different steps to get them all cleaned off and salvage out everything original. And I think I showed you the other batch. There was a whole nother batch of everything that we brought in, and these are all nuts, bolts, clips, all kinds of different things from the frame. Every component that was nut and bolted rotted on the frame, and there's the rear and all that, staring at some different parts. But I'm just trying to knock these out. Everything's getting ready to go in black. Been sprayed in epoxy yesterday evening. Just trying to tidy up the last couple of these and get them all locked down. So all the parts and everything that we got and all our bushings and everything, so we're ready to start reassembling this. All right. Everything's laid out and glass beaded. Every single nut and bolt is glass beaded. We're getting ready to hang it on a rack and put everything in epoxy primer and paint it black. So there you go.
Well, we got the rear stabilizers. I got new bushings, new stabilizers. Basically, here's the new bushing, here's the stabilizer, but I got to use the big washers that go on the top of it and the one at the bottom. So I'm taking the old ones, getting them all strung up to get them sandblasted. Started working on the Packard, on assembling the back of the car. Started here, got this bracket on, and got the lower bumper for the rear end on, and that's where I've started.
Okay.
What I'm working on is the rear end for the 37 Packard. I just opened it up, looking at the gears, checking it out to make sure there's no water, or debris, or rust, or anything. It doesn't appear that it's ever been opened since it was originally assembled. All the gears look good. You look down in here, all the oil and everything has no water, moisture, or residue in it. So we'll just clean up the gasket area and put it back together. Well, what we're working on today is a 39 Packard fog light. It's got a little clamp that clamps the lens in, but you'll also notice that there's a level bubble in the middle of the headlight, just so you can tell exactly where it is. Which that sits right in there, just like that. Okay. Then when we pull the lens out, you got the dome and you got the lens inside, but then you've got your two-piece high and low beam fog light. Wire connects it together. So you got your separate beam. We take it back apart, and you'll see that it's got little spring-loaded, just unscrews from the back. Once we push it out, it's got these spring-loaded tabs on the back side of the lens. It's got an adjustment screw here, so that way you can angle it in and out to change your direction of pitch. You get your sealer nut ring on the back side, and then your dome. We'll have these resurfaced, re-cleaned, and re-nickeled so that they're nice and shiny, and we'll have a lot of reflective.
All right.
Now look inside. We got our springs, which actually push against the back side of the plate to hold it up tight to the glass. The clamp that goes over top of it, I have to take this off. I'll have to be very careful and drill out the rivets that go through here so I can take this piece off and have it re-nickeled, as well as the outside finish ring on the front. So that's what we're doing right now.
stripping the 39 Packard front fenders so we can get all the old paint and bodywork off of them. Got looks to be 3 coats of paint, primer, old lacquer, red oxide primer, and a bunch of bodywork. We want it to bare metal. We're gonna glass media blast them, but before we do that, we get as much off as we can so we don't warp the panel. Because if you're standing on it, you know, with the glass media blaster, it's a lot of heat buildup, a lot of friction, and you can warp it. So it's easier to put stripper all over it and let it eat the material and then scrape it off, than just to sit with the blaster and try to, you know, blast it all over. Anyway, that one looks a little bit nicer than this one. This one looks like it had a rip right here that they welded up in bodywork, and you can still sort of see a bulge even after their bodywork. So obviously we're not gonna just go over somebody else's work. We got to get them down to bare metal and treat them for rust and do our work to them. But you can look at the layers and see all the different bodywork technologies over the years. It's one of the fascinating things about doing this job, is you can see all the old ways and all the old materials when you get some coats off of these old parts.
Okay.
So 39 Packard, putting emergency brake cable on it. Got the backing plates ready to go with the new brakes to go on it. Wheel cylinders already installed. So cables ran to the bottom, went through the back of the housing, and now I'm attaching the end of it to the frame.
The thing, I was wearing safety glasses, I just flipped it into my face.
Yeah.
So I'm past the chemical stripper process, and I'm wiping off what's left of the old primer with lacquer thinner and abrasive scuff pad. And here you really get to see what rust is still in the metal that was under all of their bodywork and all their paint. I mean, we can't guarantee that. That could just decide to bubble up under the bodywork, under the paint, whenever it wants to, because the rust has not been treated. So we get all this off, and we sandblast it, and we treat the rust, and we can guarantee our paint. Just look at that, isn't that gorgeous? I love seeing the bare metal.
Oh, it's winter time, so we're in the back of the paint room all cleaned up and cleaning these Packard fenders. They've cleaned all of the paint off and aviation stripped them, and he's scrubbing them down with lacquer and a scuff pad. Almost tripped over the bucket of water. But I don't know, man. I think it's like 7. I'm about done, man.
Right.